Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.
Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
What's up, it's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
This is Shayna Baszler, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife,
Marie.
and you are going in SmackDown Live.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up? It's the moonwalking, trash talking princess of Staten Island. I want to remind you all that Mela is money, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hi, this is Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke watching Going In the Raw.
This is the knockout artist, Cassius Ohno, and you're going in Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steven Larson, and available wherever fine podcasts can be found. If you're listening to us on one of those great podcast apps, be sure to leave us a rating, review, or a comment. It really does help boost the exposure of Going In Raw. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, the notify bell next to it. Make sure you always get your notifications. And we're also on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steven Larson. It's a fantastic way to support the show. We have reward tier starting at $1, and you would be stunned, I tell you,
$1 goes a long way.
at how far a single dollar,
Single dollar.
99 cents plus 1 cent goes for the Going In Raw operation. Speaking of patrons, one of the deals you get you get one of the perks you get for just $1 and up. You get a shout out here on the show. Got a couple of new patrons over the past 24 hours. I'm going to go ahead and read off some names here. Julio M, Westwood Psycho, Ian Roof, Riley Greenhalgh. I'm sorry, Riley. I hope I got that name right. Jack Dolan, Danger Dolan. I think he's back in the fold. Welcome back, Danger Dolan, unless it's a different Danger Dolan.
Welcome back, Jack.
Welcome back, Jack. Jonathan Keating, Stephen Lowe, and Richard Morris. Thank you, everybody, and welcome to the Going In Raw family. We hope you'll get a kick out of what we have to offer. $1, you get the show ad-free and the audio ad-free, and now as an RSS feed too, so we can just go straight to your podcast app.
Yes.
Funny thing, I'm not just saying this because I'm literally not just saying this because I did notice yesterday when I put the audio up on our podcast server, and then I put our audio up right afterwards on Patreon. Patreon was like immediately to the RSS feed.
That's pretty impressive.
It's like Patreon, and then I noticed Castbox is pretty quick, and then after that, like 8 hours later, Apple Podcast gets a notification. That's an exaggeration, but Apple Podcast usually is a little bit on the later side. That could be my fault. I don't know. Maybe it's the settings of my phone.
I mean, it could be mine too, because half the time I don't really use Apple Podcasts. When I look at our show on there, it's like 2 weeks behind. So
yeah, it like comes in, like I have my notification set up just because I like to keep track of how things are going. Yeah. But I did notice that the Patreon RSS feed was really, really fast. So I don't know. Take that for what you will. So yeah, thanks again, everybody, for supporting us on the Patreon. It really does go.
Yes, it helps a lot.
Ooh, Richard Morris did the shirt tier. He's getting a shirt.
Ooh.
Helping us out big time here on the show. Yeah. Anyways.
Brandon here in chat says Steve is a Danger Dolan fan. Cool. We used to watch Danger Dolan all the time.
Yeah, we did. Danger. He's got the most soothing voice.
He had a great voice.
Danger Dolan. Okay, so here's the deal. For those of you watching live, yes, we are early today because I have a performance to get to where my little kid, Alabama, will probably, she's supposed to sing, but she's probably going to freeze up from anxiety and nervousness of being in front of a crowd. It's funny. When it's just me and Lacey, Bama is a little attention diva. She is a fiend for the attention. She like twerks and she's big into buttholes and poop these days. So she's like, look at me all the time. And
All
she
right.
does little dances and stuff. I'm like, bam, I've seen this. I'm trying to watch Homecoming right now.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's in front of a large audience, oh, cry face. It's like when Miz is getting run down by John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Not good. So I'm expecting that today.
All right.
I'm hoping for something better.
Are you going to give her a little pep talk before the performance?
I did this morning when I dropped her off. I don't really have access to her
Gotcha.
before the performance. So for those of you watching live, yes, we're doing this early. It'll be going up Friday morning for VOD. But we're not going to talk about the name pronunciation for Top Notch.
No,
until
the NXT recap, yes.
So if you're watching this live, stay tuned. In a couple hours, we're going to be going live with our NXT recap. And I guarantee we're going to talk about 30 minutes about the proper pronunciation of Chris Dijak's name.
Yeah. Whatever, okay.
Yeah, we'll save it for that show. This is
all news. That's not
all news.
Chris Dijak's new name.
So it's the Wrestling Observer newsletter came out. So all of the outlets like us then take that info and regurgitate it.
Well, I try not to make this show Steven Larson read the.
I know you
newsletter.
do. You do great with that too. We have a lot of fun with
This
that.
week though, where there's slim pickings as far as news, is a little tough. Anyways, let's kick things off with a report from Pro Wrestling PW Insider.
Hey, I'm sorry, just real
What?
quick. They apparently I want to listen to this, but I haven't yet. Jimmy Jacobs came on Wrestling Observer
I heard that
Radio.
too. I've seen some of the transcripts. It looks like an interesting interview.
Yeah, I want to check that out. I want to see what he has to say about stuff. I really think
In
WWE.
many ways, it seems like it confirms what we already more or less thought, but I didn't know it was more interesting in terms of checking out what the structure of everything was. That I had no idea. There was 2 crews, the writing staff was at large, so on and so forth.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Did you see that?
I haven't seen anything.
Oh, okay. So I just read some transcripts, and he said there's a home crew that stays in Stamford and writes, and then a crew that goes out on the road.
Yeah.
For TV.
Yeah. Did he say what the number of? Because we've heard
He said there's 25 total.
Wow.
25 total.
Are they split to brands?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then there's a split between home and road. Between those two.
Okay. So like a green section of cubicle. I'm sorry. There's like a red section of cubicles
There's
and
a brand
blue.
split in creative too.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I got to check that out. That sounds very interesting.
But in terms of the actual process, it doesn't sound like it's too dissimilar than what we.
Right. It all gets fed to Vince, and
well,
then,
it seemed like there's people that write various things, and it all gets kind of shoved together into what I think he said the senior writer would put it in, like the form, like people would be assigned promos and such, and then it's all put in the script. And then it's handed to Vince, and there's notes and back and forth over the weekend. And then Monday they have a final read through. He gives out notes. He talks a little bit process about promos too. He says, people like Cena who have leeway in terms of what's in their promos. The writer will go with the promo with his promo to say Cena. They'll go over it. Cena wants changes. Writer will make note, take those notes back to Vince. Vince will say yay or nay, and then take it back to Cena and say you're good to go.
Yeah, and then Cena will go out there and just do whatever he wants anyways because he's John Cena.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's interesting. I got to check that out. I really think WWE lost a lot with Jimmy Jacobs. I really do. Like even just knowing that he did. Like you don't have to know anything else beyond the fact that he worked with Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens on the list and the friendship Festival of Friendship stuff.
Friendship stuff. Yes.
All that stuff apparently was heavily Jimmy Jacobs. He does seem like a really creative guy.
Yeah.
Fascinated by checking that out. So anyways, I'm sorry I cut you off though. What was our first story today?
Bray Wyatt, man.
Hey man.
According to PW Insider, he could be returning soon. They say, quote, "We have been told he is scheduled for the post-Christmas Raw live events. Since John Cena doesn't have an announced opponent, it's possible those two will end up wrestling each other." Of course, Bray is taking to Twitter. Well, first, he deleted like all his previous tweets and went to Twitter and said that he's not a god.
Yeah.
But he's found...
He found like a true god or something.
Yeah.
Who's behind it all? What if he just became a massive Cena fan? It's
like
Cena
is his god.
Yeah, the Mickey James, Trish Stratus angle from years ago. What if that's his new angle?
He comes out in all Cena gear.
Yes. Exactly.
And like...
he starts offering, he says, man, I want to be you. And he starts like,
John,
John.
I can see you. I'm the only one that sees your true form.
Nobody else sees you, man. And then he starts stalking Nikki Bella. I want to know what it's like to have John Cena in me, man.
Wow,
you're taking that way too literally, Bray.
I'm not going to do that in the PG.
You need to relax.
In the PG era, man.
You are too much.
Too much. I guess if he is the top Cena mark in the entire universe, it makes sense if he's taking on Cena at these live events. However, since Cena's not going to be on TV, apparently, hard time believing that's going to make any transition to the television.
No, I think it could, dude. Listen, be creative. Bray Wyatt comes back on TV, and he shows like just still shots from the live events. I touched him, man. I touched John Cena. He's my favorite, man. Go buy his merchandise. And he just talks about his matches with John Cena.
That sounds like a good idea for We Book Raw. However, that's not going to happen in WWE.
We'll keep that in mind because that's something
we already
that
got a good gimmick for Bray Wyatt.
Oh, Beefy Dub.
Yeah.
Super over.
He is super over.
Super over.
Super over.
Yeah.
So this gives absolutely zero clarity as far as what Bray Wyatt will be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we were kind of under the assumption that he would be coming back to TV soon, considering what he's been saying on Twitter.
Yeah.
So this kind of confirms our suspicions that he's near return.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that whatever he does when he comes back, is it going to be clear?
No.
No, it's not.
I mean, if you read his tweets, there's no clarity there.
Well, there are lots of great clues, though.
Yeah.
An upside down DB Cooper. Let me ask you this. That's got to be a rib, right? That's got to be like him and Bo
joke, yeah.
and probably Curtis Axel joking around.
Yeah. Bray Wyatt's like the loss of WWE.
Yeah.
A lot of interesting threads, but it never comes together.
Right. And then you're just disappointed in the end.
And it's like, oh, this is what it always was going to be, but they just took the circuitous route to make you think it wasn't what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. I like Bray. I've always liked Bray Wyatt.
I think he's got
I'm
all
just
the potential
so
in the world.
Frustrated.
They lost a lot of money not pushing him correctly early on.
I think so, but at the same, and you know what's funny? His merch is actually really, really cool. They just never found that iconic piece of merch.
Well, you can say that for pretty much anybody on the
Sometimes you need, well, like, okay, Becky's new shirt, the man, that's a really good
No, that's
one.
good, but that's an outlier.
It's the outlier, yeah, I know. I know.
Look at Pete Dunne's shirt.
I don't want to look at that shirt. Nobody wants to look. One of those, Neville's shirt literally drove him away from the company.
Yeah,
I
no.
still think that his departure from the company had way more to do with that shirt than it did Enzo.
Could be.
I feel like it's wrestling. Who cares who you look? Did you see Pac and friggin' Walter
have a match early next
at
year
some sort of basketball gym?
Yeah, OTT. Homecoming.
Man, whoa.
It's going to be incredible.
I wonder if that was like a sticking, like Walter was like, no, I must have this match and before I sign with WWE.
I don't know. It's interesting.
I don't know what that dude talks like. I just was doing like a generic.
Well, he's from Austria, so
He's got an Arnold accent then.
Yeah. He speaks a German accent.
Listen
they speak
to
German
me.
in
Listen
German
to me.
in Austria, yeah.
Have you heard him talk before? I don't know if I've heard a Walter promo.
No, I've never heard him talk.
Does he do promos?
No idea.
Hey, listen to me. I'm going to take on this Neville guy. Yeah, and then we're going to go to Rio de Janeiro and have party with beautiful women. Anyway, sorry.
That's okay. You love that stuff. Let's talk Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. We saw some promos for them on Raw as far as their imminent return.
Imminent return.
However, it might not be so imminent. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, quote, the last timetable that neither will be back until February. That's at least a month and a half or 2 months. The good news is that by publicizing them now, it seemed to indicate that they may have something for them as far as WrestleMania's story. Before, with their injuries, while both were expected back in time for Mania, they may have not started back until after, since the stories for Mania would be in place. Dude, just put these two guys in the ring together at WrestleMania. You don't need a story.
Yeah.
They are the story.
They are the story.
They are the story.
Exactly. Jeffrey Nguyen here says, met Walter. He's very pleasant. Hello, Jeffrey Nguyen. Word on the street is you enjoy alcohol and working out in slow Wolfpack shirts. Can I have one of those, please, now? Take your shirt off. That's kind of confirmed. Walter, to me, is just going to be Arnold. It's just a new excuse for me to do Arnold.
I guess there's a reason for him to bring him into We Book Raw now.
Hey, Jeffrey Nguyen, you lack a discipline. Let me ask you a question. Sorry, I'm sorry. I could do Arnold all day long.
Yeah, you could. So that's cool. I'm hoping they're back in time for Mania.
Well, so here's the thing.
What?
The newsletter here, Mr. Meltzer is saying that, the video packages they ran for them would indicate that they have something for them.
No, this indicates they want to get people excited about their potential return.
I think it's this. We need to boost. We need to act like things are changing around here. Let's get people excited with stuff. What could they be excited about? Well, at some point, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are going to return. That'll get people excited. Okay, can we put some video packages?
All these smart wrestling fans, they love themselves from Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Let's appeal to their sensibilities by saying they're coming back soon.
When are they coming back? At some point. Okay, let's just say soon. Soon? Is soon good?
Yeah.
Relatively soon.
Yeah.
I mean, what is soon? Soon's an hour from now, or it could be 6 months from now in the grand scheme of
It
things.
says, yes, put soon, but drop the relatively.
Yeah.
Soon, coming soon, returning soon.
They really should have kept that in there.
Returning at some point.
Returning at some point.
Yeah.
Again, another great idea for We Book Raw.
Yeah.
For characters like the True Buds, they've been gone for a while.
Returning in the near future.
At some point. Exactly.
Returning before the end of 2019.
That was one of my ideas for, I think, whichever Rad Wrestling I had was one of the free agents. I was going to start running video packages for him, but that's all he would get is just coming to Rad, and then it would just never happen.
Never happen.
Yeah.
You'd out Dan Matha, the Dan Matha story.
Exactly. I was trying to out Dan Matha
That'd be
them.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the extent of the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn update. However, Meltzer had a lot to say about the Elite, their departure from Ring of Honor, what they mean for All Elite Wrestling. This is interesting.
Oh,
we were trying to parse this first.
We were trying to figure this out. Yeah.
So let's get into it.
Can we tweet at Dave Meltzer and say, "Do you?" Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
'Cause I think it's more
getting ahead of myself.
I'm thinking it's what I thought it was. Anyways. Quote.
I like how what you thought it was justifies your thoughts on All Elite Wrestling. What I think it is justifies my thoughts on All Elite Wrestling.
Quote, 3 of the 4 turned down WWE main event money, multi-year deals for more than 7 figures annually. That idea is one that almost nobody in wrestling could have possibly conceived of being offered, let alone turned down as recently as a year ago. But that was before All In was a success. Then again, without the success that was All In, and the idea of a wealthy family may start a company, they didn't get offers at that level more likely than not to begin with, although they'd have gotten big offers at this point under any circumstances because there's such a big and obvious angle to draw with them right now. Them turning down WWE's offer in a skit on their Being the Elite show that mirrored real life has made things clear that they see All Elite Wrestling as more than just an idea. So there's a lot of parse here with just this first sentence.
Okay.
3 of the 4. Who are the 4?
The 4 obviously should be Cody, Kenny, and the Bucks.
No, I think it's Cody, Kenny. No, sorry, Cody, the Young Bucks, and Hangman Page.
Why?
Because those are the 4 guys who are out of their Ring of Honor contract.
Yeah, but Kenny's almost out of his New Japan
That won't be
contract.
till the end of the year, though.
Wait, it's not till the end of the year for the Young Bucks either.
No, well,
January
yeah,
1st.
I know.
Same
I should say,
thing.
sorry. It's not till end of January.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's just because I don't know. It's just what I thought he meant. There's no certainty about what he meant because he wasn't clear. And then second, turn down WWE main event money, multi-year deals for more than 7
So
figures.
here's
Anyway,
why.
So does he mean 4 people were offered main event money deals and 3 of them turned it down, which would lead one to believe that 1 accepted, or
See, that's how I read it.
3 of the 4?
No, you're right. Yeah, go ahead.
3 of the 4 were offered main event monies, and they turned them down.
Now that I think about it, because otherwise he would have said one of the guys accepted it. That's what he would have said. So you're probably right.
Because the fact that one would accept it
You're
for
right.
the main
You're
event
right.
money
You're
would
right.
be huge news.
So Kenny probably hasn't. He maybe contractually he can't be offered anything right now.
Yeah.
3 of the 4
were offered main event.
Were offered, and that makes sense because Hangman wouldn't be offered. Yeah, main event.
Probably
money.
not main event money. Yeah.
Yeah. So we figured it out, everybody.
We figured it out. Cody and the Young Bucks were offered main event money.
Yeah.
Turned it down.
Yeah. Turned it down.
Turned it down.
Oh, what a bummer. What a bummer. I really want to see him in WWE. Helps our bottom line. That's all I care about.
It does.
All you should care about is money, dude.
No, I care about more than money, and so does the Young Bucks and Cody.
Let me ask you something. Do you care about their financial well-being more than your own?
No, I care about my financial well-being more than my own, but I also enjoy watching interesting stuff.
Yeah, but this is going to be more stuff that we have to watch now.
I know. We don't have to watch. I mean, it seems like it's coming down to the point where 205 Live might not even exist anymore.
Hey, let me ask you this.
What?
What would it take? Who would have to leave 205 Live for us to just completely stop caring
Cedric.
about it? It's just Cedric.
Mustafa is a huge hit. Him leaving, I got to watch 205 Live now. Mustafa Ali's not on there.
It was like a 25-minute street fight between 3 guys that I kind of don't care about and Drew Gulak.
I know.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Because we were talking about this before, and we were talking about the format of the NXT episode.
Because it's watching 4 hours of wrestling on Wednesday in between all the other stuff that we do is
it's just not something I want to do.
It's difficult to do on a
make
weekly
for crap
basis.
programming.
Yeah, it is. Because it feels like right now that episode is just a list of things that happen.
So like NXT Prime, that's fine. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, they'll be covered
every single week.
Yeah.
We love it. It's great. 205 Live, is like in the doldrums in terms of the ratings. It's not good. And while, yes, they have some of the better wrestling, but now Mustafa Ali's gone. Cedric, man, I guarantee you they're going to kick Cedric to Raw. I'm not going to guarantee that.
No, because he had a promo on this week's show, which leads me to believe he's going to stick around for a little bit.
And then Lio Rush is back on 205 Live. I don't know, man. It's like they're half in, half out.
Who's this mystery opponent for Buddy Murphy next week?
Oh, what?
Drake said, Buddy Murphy says, I want real competition. Drake said, give me a week. I'll make an announcement next week about who's Buddy Murphy.
Oh, it's going to be Tony Nese.
Yeah, it's totally going to be Tony Nese.
He's going to say Tony Nese, yeah. Yeah, I was at the gym when that happened. I think Lacey called during that promo. I had to get off the treadmill. But then NXT UK, which granted, I think it's a short-term thing that it's going to be 2 hours a week.
Yeah, I think it's just till the takeover.
But still, like, we've got some because that does relatively well. It's always in the top, both episodes. 2 hours of NXT UK are always in the top 10. So people seem to be more interested in that than, and honestly, it was my druthers. We just stopped 205 Live. Like, honestly, I just don't. But I'm sure there's people out there who enjoy the 205 Live. We should put it to a poll. And if it's like 50-50, just, keep on covering it. But if like 10% of the people care about 205 Live, then it's like, why are we?
Or the suggestion I had for NXT UK is that we just watch it over the weekend and start covering it our Monday show.
See, I'd even watch it on Thursday and cover it on the Friday show because we don't watch anything else on Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm fine with that.
We'll figure it out. It's all stuff we're worried about in the new year.
Yeah.
There's more as far as All Elite Wrestling.
Ooh, I'll do this one.
All right.
We're going to talk about Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels
Again,
now.
This is from the newsletter.
The situation with Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels is up in the air, but both Ring of Honor and All Elite Wrestling have interest in him because now All Elite Wrestling is a real thing. And there was a storyline written for his departure that was left open-ended to where he has a program should he decide to stay. Daniels is listed for an independent show several weeks from now, which he couldn't do under the terms of his old Ring of Honor deal. I wonder if him and Kazarian are attached at the hip in that regard. If you can also read this for Kazarian as well.
Kazarian was Kazarian. Frankie was announced for a Big Time Wrestling show here in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Their 2K19 Rumble.
Which I wonder if that would be. When is that?
Don't know. January, I think.
That could be fun.
That could be fun.
Go check that out, man.
So I wonder if it's a situation because I heard that Daniels might be involved in the tapings in January. Did I mention that in here? Oh, it was open ended. So I wonder if they're just kind of take a few dates, do a couple of Ring of Honor shows potentially until All Elite gets off the ground. Because they were in the ring when Matt Jackson said the goodbye speech at Final Battle and said everyone in this ring is All Elite.
They're a fairly pivotal part of being the Elite 2. SCU is wildly over.
Yes.
Scorpio Sky has a contract coming up too, right?
Yeah, all at the end of the year.
Yeah, wow. My goodness gracious. So
All Elite Wrestling will be Cody, the Young Bucks, and SCU.
Seems like it. I wonder if the sort of perfect world, we don't live in a perfect world scenario that Cody was talking about simply refers to Kenny. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Kenny stayed in New Japan. It would actually. At this point with Kenny, like I would, in my mind, and I know nothing. I know absolutely nothing. I would think that the priorities would be New Japan, All Elite, and then down here and then doing his own thing, not signing to anybody.
Yeah, being
freelancing like Kota Ibushi.
Yeah, being a celebrity gamer.
Yeah, that's next.
Above,
also,
that's above WWE.
That's above WWE.
Yeah.
Virgil Flynn. And then third podcast co-host with Going In Raw, and then WWE.
And WWE,
I just don't.
It doesn't seem like it's on the map right now.
I don't see it. I just don't see it.
Maybe
like WWE's they're kind of a mess right now.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of good stuff going on, but they can't steer their head ship in the right direction.
Well, it's sort of like what the Young Bucks said in being the Elite in their letter to Triple H saying, we saw what's been going on with the Raw tag division right now. We'll pass.
Yeah. That's a bit unfair because SmackDown has a killer tag division.
Yeah, but if they sign to WWE, they're totally going to Raw.
No, I get that. I know, but man, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good way to stick it to them though. Because look at the revival, and it's obvious the Young Bucks love the revival.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
It is. At least they wanted themselves a tag title opportunity.
Yeah,
and the match was good.
Match was really good. So yeah, it seems like All Elite Wrestling is going to be a real, it's more and more seems to be a real thing. It's an actual real thing. I am surprised.
And then adding to what Cody mentioned a couple weeks back, or just a week ago, about not being on the Ring of Honor New Japan G1 Supercard, Matt Jackson responded to a tweet asking if they would be there by saying they were going to miss out on the show too. Quote, We will not be there, but I encourage everyone to still go. It's a historic night for wrestling.
That's but another new patron, Dero Hayes. What's
Thank
up,
you,
Dero or Dyro. That's a bit nicer than what Cody said about it.
Yes.
What did he say? Yeah, that's for us. That weekend is for WrestleMania.
Heavy J has it right.
I'm going to leave it to them.
I think Kenny signs with New Japan for a year in order to do his Ibushi match.
That sounds right.
They got to do their match at a huge venue, whether it be Madison Square Garden or, better yet, Tokyo Dome.
And it gives him time to see if WWE can get their crap together. Because if they can start, I mean, if Raw goes through a creative renaissance, then I could see that happening. I think he just wants to go where the excitement is, where the energy level is, where the art is.
Yeah.
You know.
So Surge mentions that Kenny wants to wrestle AJ at WrestleMania. He has mentioned that, yes.
Yeah, he's mentioned that. But AJ just signed a new deal, or he's on the verge of signing a new deal. So he's going to be around for a little bit longer. That dude knows how to take care of his body. He knows what to do.
Hellbringer raises a good point. Why should All Elite Wrestling not be able to do a cooperative deal with Ring of Honor like New Japan does?
I am very curious about that.
I had a theory, and I know it's not going to happen. But hear me out, especially if Kenny plans on staying in New Japan for another year or so. Make All Elite Wrestling New Japan's American territory.
Cody's already said that he wants to continue with New Japan. It is just sort of weird how there is such a separate, like there's, I always felt like Ring of Honor felt like exactly what you're talking about. It always felt like New Japan's American territory.
Yeah.
You know, because they have so many, not so many, but they do have a number of co-branded events.
Well, then there's a lot of talent going back and forth.
There's a ton of it. I mean, when I first started watching New Japan, it was like, boy, they really, it's like when you sign with one company, you're essentially signing with both. That's what it felt like. And so there does seem to be a very certain, we are not doing Ring of Honor anymore. That's not happening.
Yeah.
But Cody has talked about still wanting to be in New Japan. I know the Bucks really haven't said much about that, though.
No. Well, they just said as far as a Wrestle Kingdom match, like this might be the last time you see.
Yeah, they've been fairly definitive about.
Because I wonder
New Japan
if Cody and the Young Bucks view Ring of Honor and think, well, we can get our own thing off the ground, and we can pretty much be that. We can sell out 1,000-seat venues for TV tapings or something like that. I wonder if in their mind, like they can already establish themselves on that level.
Well, you're right, and I wonder if there's any part of it that's maybe they're essentially going to become Ring of Honor's competition.
Yeah.
And so I'm not sure how much cooperation Ring of Honor is really going to want with them, because they're essentially going to be competing against each other. I mean, if you look at some of the names that Ring of Honor is snatching up now, PCO, Brody King, those are all guys that potentially, Mark Haskins, boy, that's a hell of a name.
It is.
I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah, he's good.
It makes me, those are kind of names that All Elite could have been going after.
Yeah, I know. And
I would imagine that Ring of Honor deal, if you're signing with them, it's going to preclude you from working with All Elite. So there's like...
Yeah, if you sign an exclusive Ring of Honor deals, generally they might give you some leeway for like PWG, or in Bandito's case, he can still fulfill his dates in Mexico. Yeah.
But All Elite Wrestling, especially if they're on the East Coast, where does Cody live? Is he in LA?
Georgia. I think he lives in the Atlanta area.
Everybody from WCW lives there. The Bucks, of course, live in the LA area.
San Bernardino. The Inland Empire.
Yeah. Adam Mayhem here is in our chat, says maybe the main idea of All Elite Wrestling is to make more money with less dates, which working Ring of Honor and New Japan would give them a ton of dates. I'm sure that's one of the, for sure that's one of the ideas there.
Yeah. Each event is a huge event.
Emilio Hernandez, would All Elite exclusive deals be a bad idea? An MLWS contract where they can work wherever they want besides WWN and Ring of Honor. Direct competition seems like the way to go and keep wrestling healthy.
I would agree with that, but it seems like everybody else is starting to sign up people to exclusive deals. So the talent pool is going to start to dwindle unless you start signing people.
I would think that would have to. I mean, we've seen this sort of happen. Like all the little companies are like making these rules. You can't go here, you can't go there. We've seen it with LAX not being allowed to do some stuff for Evolve.
Yeah.
These Ring of Honor deals, and then it just seems to be the way to go if you're going to be a strong,
especially
independent
if you're trying
company.
To establish your company.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like a little territorial thing. So I don't know. It's very interesting. There's a lot of weird stuff happening in wrestling right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure exactly what it all means.
Because going back to Adam Mayhem's point, I kind of wondered if All Elite Wrestling was going to be the banner they use to promote further All-Ins. Maybe they do 4 of them a year. And that's kind of the extent of it. Put on 4 blockbuster arena shows a year.
Yeah.
And then they could supplement their dates by, doing a tour here or there in New Japan.
Yeah.
Just non-exclusive deals.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least it started that way.
Yeah. I mean, if you do, I don't know, man. If you do 4 big arena shows and then 1 TV taping a month for your Tuesday night Dynamite, I don't know. I mean, I guess that could work.
Yeah.
And then if you're like the Young Bucks, you can be with your family. Like, imagine that WWE's like, hey, yeah, 300 dates and you make a lot of money. It's like, well, I can already make a lot of money doing 16 dates a year. You know what I mean? And granted, they can still go out and do whatever they want.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, and that's just on that end of things. That doesn't take into account merchandising.
Oh my God,
Any of
which
that
is
stuff.
off the charts.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So I don't know, man. Maybe they have a good plan.
Yeah.
Maybe they got it all figured out. Can we be the official All Elite Wrestling
podcast?
Yeah. I don't know where I'm going with that.
I don't know where you're going either.
I don't know. We got to get it on.
Were you saying you want to go to All In too? If it's in Vegas,
can we start making like homage shirts? Like
our dogs with the Elite?
Well, I was already going to do that.
Yeah, I thought that too.
But it was not going to say Elite. I don't know what it's going to say up here. Rawgate Kills. I don't know, man.
We need nicknames though if we're gonna do shirts like that, because it says the Elite and it has like Kenny's cat with the Terminator face and it says the Cleaner on it.
Yeah.
So say it's Zoe going in Raw on top.
Yeah.
What's the nickname at the bottom?
I don't know. What do you call her?
No, it's about you.
What is she known for? It's about you and me. Oh,
yes,
me.
Yes.
Oh man.
Kenny's cat isn't named Cleaner. Sort of like it's Pharaoh. It's not American Nightmare.
What is it down here?
It's the nickname. Like it says American Nightmare.
Oh, so it does say American
Cody,
Nightmare.
I think
Okay.
It says the Cleaner for Kenny.
Well, it's Steve here.
All right.
Well, we don't really have our nicknames are our fake names, our kayfabe names.
Yeah, I know.
So it'd be Ann Larson, Steve here.
Yeah.
And then going in Raw.
Fair enough.
Oh, whoa! What was that Saudi Arabia thing?
Oh yeah. May.
Oh no! Reported. Oh, here we go. Breaking
this is from
news.
The newsletter. No, this is from the newsletter. It's May and November of next year.
Ooh, May, huh?
Which the first one this year was late April, so
yeah,
it seems like they're doing roughly that time of year and
Ooh,
November.
Man. Oh God, how are they going to do that? How are they going to approach that? What the heck? It's got such a bad taste in people's mouth.
I'm guessing they're going to do what they have been doing, which is just push through,
power through.
Oh
man. Well, at least we get to do another
charity stream,
and
hopefully raise a lot of money for another good cause.
Heck yeah, man.
Kyle Young, is All Elite built on a cult of personality? Is that a strong foundation for a promotion? That's a pretty in-depth question there.
I mean, we've seen entire federal governments built on a cult of personality.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. I kind of think.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Look, man, if they're able, and honestly, so much of it is going to be about the branding, because everybody loves cool branding,
Mm-hmm. I mean, the animal shirts are kind of cheesy, but it's clever.
They're cheesy as heck. They're going to have to be careful with cheesiness, man. Okay, here's the thing. Let's face it. They were cool because Bullet Club is cool.
That wasn't a one-way deal though. They helped make Bullet Club cooler than it was.
I'm not saying that's not the case. I'm not saying that's not the case. However, those logos, those shirts, they got a lot of mileage out of them. They got a ton of mileage out of that stuff.
Yeah. And if your point is they got to brand this new promotion to have it bring the cool factor that Bullet Club had, I understand that.
Good luck selling as many shirts in Hot Topic of like Kenny's dog as a Bullet Club cat as a Bullet
No,
Club
I
shirt.
know. The Young
Good
Bucks,
luck with
the Young
that,
Bucks
man.
shirt looks pretty cool. I don't know if I'd wear it, but it looks neat.
I've never thought the Elite logo is all that cool
It's pretty
looking.
basic.
It's pretty basic. And that kind of stuff really matters. Like, that's the difference between selling, like, a ton of merchandise and just a decent amount of merchandise, you know? But I don't know. That's just me. I think the central thing is if they continue to treat their fans like they're their flipping friends, then they're going to go a long way because they treat their fans like royalty.
I was going to say, there's so much entertainment these days, being in the YouTube space we are, that's driven by personality more than anything else.
Yeah.
We've seen it's entirely possible that this could thrive strictly because people like their personalities.
Yeah. Yeah.
People appreciate them, especially when they go the extra mile to in terms of fan outreach.
Yeah.
It helps a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, the wrestling will kind of, I think the booking in the wrestling, I think it'll be fun enough and interesting enough, and they'll be able to push the storylines through being the Elite. I don't know, man. I think they have a fantastic foundation, and I think that's what matters. And is the foundation built on their personalities? Absolutely. But geez, how much entertainment is built off of people's personalities? A lot. So I don't know, man. I think it's great. I'm getting a TV deal is one, like, if I don't know what the
well, that's gonna be the real issue if they can't get a TV deal.
The economics
then it's
are
gonna be kind of a moot point because they certainly can't thrive strictly on YouTube.
No, they can't. But can they thrive off of 16 dates a year plus merchandise?
Maybe depends on the quality of the stories.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I have complete confidence the wrestling is going to be really good.
Okay, I have complete confidence the product is going to be really good. Yeah. But just because the product is good doesn't mean you're going to make a ton of money off it.
Yes.
So that's going to be the big thing.
Yes.
It's money. And as we've seen in the professional wrestling industry, as of now, there has really only been enough money for one company to thrive in the United States, and that's the WWE. Impact isn't exactly thriving. So, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what Ring of Honor's TV. I mean, I know they're owned by Sinclair.
Yeah.
I have no idea how that kind of stuff works. I know they sell a lot of heart monitor advertisement there. I don't really know,
Yeah.
Or in like there's like a knee brace or something that they sell. I don't know what it is.
I don't know either.
Anyways.
Speaking of Ring of Honor, confirmed Mark Haskins is going there. We had heard previously that was the case. He confirmed it on Twitter, saying, "I've officially signed with Ring of Honor. In 2019, Ish is going to go down." And then the newsletter is also reporting that Ring of Honor is looking to use Will Ospreay, Zack Sabre Jr., and Juice Robinson more in 2019. So that'd be great for Ring of Honor. They're really bolstering their ranks with some quality talent from New Japan.
Hey, two of those names are hot stuff. Will Ospreay and Zack Sabre Jr. Hot stuff right there, man. That's good stuff.
Yep.
I'd watch those guys wrestle all day long.
Heck yeah.
And then, here's the thing. The other name that they should be looking after is Pac. Neville. Yeah, that Pac. I'm going to fight him in the basketball arena.
Yeah. Question time?
Question time.
All right.
Liam Wagner, who's the most giftable wrestler of 2018, and why is his name Will Ospreay? You see that tweet from Disco Inferno? There's a gif out there of this indie wrestler doing like trying to do a 450 from the top turnbuckle to a table on the floor. There's zero padding under it, and he misses the table. Lights are out. And Disco Inferno, being Disco Inferno, said something very rude about it. He said something like, just another stupid mark. Where is he? Here he is, the real Disco Inferno. He caught a lot of heat for it. But, here we go. The evolution of wrestling. Oh, no, never mind. That's not it. Here it is. The evolution of wrestling. Poorly trained marks doing stupid-ish that ends up as a Twitter gif. So that's a rude way of putting it. That guy got hurt.
Yeah.
But, man, they if you're going to do that, make sure his mat's on the floor.
Well, the table was too close to the ring. You got to move the table up.
Well, there's that also. There's a lot of stuff wrong with this. But make sure there's mats on the floor.
Yeah. You should be doing that with mats on the floor.
That's,
Carlos
Ouch.
Padilla here. When do you think Undisputed Era will be called up after
Like that
Mania?
dude who went up high and then missed the table completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to be in for years doing that stuff on crash pads. But like, I'm not even a wrestler, and I know you need to be practicing that stuff more.
Yeah. We're just don't jump off
Like
the
how
side of a
often,
gymnasium.
even in the past week, we've heard people call out spots on WWE, and they're like, "Hey, too close," or too far out.
I think a lot of that
move me closer.
A lot of that's experience too.
You know, that's exactly what it is. It's all experience on crash pads first.
Yeah. When do you think Undisputed Era is getting called up after Mania?
You think it's that soon?
Maybe.
They have enough talent for it, but then they're losing EC3, Lars Sullivan. They're losing a bunch of people, but they have
Dijakovic.
Everybody had to think before they said that.
Yeah, I
darn
know,
name.
because it seems like it should be Dijakovic.
Yeah, Dijakovic. Let's see here. Joaquin Cardenas. Seeing how more and more shows are decreasing with attendance. Do you say, hey, speculate. What was that Raw attendance? I'm sure Meltzer might have it in the newsletter. The Raw attendance from when we went.
Oh, let me look. That's interesting because of the first taping, it seemed pretty full.
Yeah. He says, do you see the magic of WWE beginning to dwindle, or is this just a dry spell? I think it's a creative dry spell from their flagship show. If the creative got good, if they got some buzz, if they got some new talent in, they get some good call-ups from NXT, I think things can be hot again on Raw.
Yeah.
But I think the creative has been stagnant. And I think that viewership, the ratings, and attendance are affected by that. Let's see here.
Well, it isn't like there's any attendance figures in this week's newsletter at all.
Isn't it usually in the Raw recap at the very bottom?
Yeah, but there's no numbers. See? Unless it's in the body of the thing. Doesn't look like it.
What a bummer. Jeremy Salinas, do y'all think that guys like Cody and the Young Bucks turning down the WWE had anything to do with Vince's shakeup? I think it has a lot more to do with, as Meltzer said, the success of All In. Mm-hmm. I think it had a lot more to do with them understanding that there's a lot that they want to do. And when you look at WWE, when you look at Raw specifically, which is where they would go, you're right. There's not a lot of excitement there.
Right now.
And when you don't control the creative, then you're going to be subject to what you see already on the air, which is not very inspiring.
Yes.
So I think WWE definitely has shot themselves in the foot in terms of wanting to get those guys by letting their creative stagnate.
BreakingControllers.com. What's the dumbest prop bet you ever lost?
Oh, I have the lyrics written.
Oh, good.
For your song.
Cool. Now you just need the music, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to work on that this weekend.
Cool. I'm excited to hear it.
I'm going to do a music video, too.
Good.
Decided.
Good.
So, like, assuming at some point I win predictions, the bar will be sufficiently raised for you.
All right. I'm going to have actual live instrumentation of mine, though, so that's a pretty high bar to set. I'll have live piano played by me.
Oh, dear.
Guitar,
Can
bass.
I just suggest this?
What?
I heard your lovely wife on the piano.
Oh, she's very good.
Right. Maybe enlist her to do the piano.
No, I'm going to do it all myself, man.
Oh, man. Eric Coy asks a question for you.
Oh.
Larson. What is your favorite version of Oh Holy Night? Eric Coy says Perry Como for him.
Oh, I'll have to check that out. I'm not a Josh Groban fan in the least, but his version is very good.
Oh, wow.
It's very nice.
Interesting.
You can't go wrong with that song. It's pretty much the best Christmas song.
I don't know why it's not so iconic for me.
Oh,
it's kind of weird. I love Christmas songs.
It's very uplifting.
All day long. Jeremy Salinas, early thoughts on Marty Scurll's new stable. What is it? Villain
Enterprises.
What are your early thoughts on it?
Well, since I don't think that stuff's aired yet, I won't go into details who's in it, because it's a good launching pad for the people in the faction with him. Mm-hmm. So that if he leaves when his contract's up to do All Elite in April, they'll be by that point established with the Ring of Honor fan base.
Yeah. Marty just looks like he wants to be done with this guy.
How
much do we know? Like, it's got to be at least probably another year or two.
No, it's just till April.
Oh, it's just till April? Oh, I thought it was like a while. Oh, that's nothing.
My understanding is just till April.
That's nothing. Oscar Silva, what position would The Miz have if he was on the Indies and had never gone to WWE? Oscar still thinks he would be huge. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, he's got the personality to get himself over, but in the Indies, work rate is such a huge thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he's gotten to be a
have-
much more entertaining wrestler these days. He can keep up with people for the most part, but 5 or 6 years ago,
He can keep up. He can't bring somebody to that type of match.
No.
He can't be the one
those match
guiding
against
it.
Dolph was really good. No mercy.
No mercy. Could he have become an indie darling? Well, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know.
Said he could have got over with the power of his personality, but so much about indie wrestling is his work rate.
I mean, at worst, he would have been failed actor.
Yeah. He'd be a regular in all those Road Rules, New Real World challenges.
Do they still do those?
I think so.
Oh, my gosh. What's going on MTV these days?
Oh, I don't know. I assume it's like 12 hours of Teen Mom on there these days.
MTV schedule. I'm going to look it up real quick because I'm fascinated by this.
I thought we looked and it was literally like 12 hours of
it was. It was like 2
Teen
months.
Mom,
It was like
yeah.
2 months ago. I'm really curious to see what it is today, right now. Thursday, December 20th, 10 a.m. Ridiculousness.
Oh, Ridiculousness. That's on all the time. It's on all day, isn't it?
Oh my God.
And then Jersey
from
Shore,
from
Family
11
Vacation.
till 3, Ridiculousness.
And then Jersey Shore. Is that reruns or is that the new one?
And then from 3:40 to 7 p.m. Jersey Shore Family Vacation. Then something called X on the Beach. Then something called MTV Floribama Shore with the subheading Let's Taco About It.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, cool. Joshua May had just bought my comic book video. Oh, hopefully that wasn't a gift for somebody. This is horrible. Look, and then tonight at 1 o'clock in the morning until 5 in the morning.
How far is Tattoo Far?
This is terrible.
Oh, that's right. Overnight they play Wild and Out.
That literally is that seems like the worst channel. It used to be the best channel in
I
history.
remember in the 80s it was best.
It was the best.
It was the absolute best.
Even in the 90s it was really
good too.
Oh my God. All Day Tomorrow Ridiculousness. Are you serious? Oh my gosh.
I don't know how they stay in business.
That's the most garbage channel I've ever seen.
And they have the second channel that actually plays music on it.
Is it because teens love ridiculousness and they just sort of put it on and let it go?
Probably. They
like how I am with Star Trek.
Background noise while they're doing stuff on their phone.
They just binge watch ridiculousness.
I guess
probably.
so.
That's
Waymaker
terrible.
says bring back Cribs. Yeah, Cribs was good.
Yeah, that had a life. That had a shelf life, though, man.
Oh yeah, I know. Unplugged was good.
Wow.
They still play videos sometimes on their MTV Live. Used to be Play-D.
Well, yeah, there's
Play-D or whatever.
oh, really? That changed to MTV Live?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
still have concerts
changed.
and stuff on there,
They
though.
changed. They have there's a couple more MTV channels, and I think a couple of them actually do just play music videos. But MTV Prime, holy moly!
You think it would cost more money to do all this original programming just to have rather than having videos on all day? But I guess maybe they make more
Videos probably
advertising.
get crap for ratings, though.
Oh, I know. So
I mean,
ad,
if you think about
ad
the
rates.
the demographic for music videos, it's like kids, and they're just on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. It's a bummer, man.
It is a bummer. It is a bummer.
Let me see if there's any more questions here.
At least people are still making music videos. That could have been a dying art form.
Yeah, I know. Like, if you want to be anything on YouTube, from what I understand, that's why I'm making a music video for the song about you.
Gotcha. Lee says Rey Mysterio versus Mustafa Ali for United States Championship. I think that'd be great.
I think it'd be fantastic. You have to scroll a little bit because I've read a bunch of those.
Yeah.
Brian Perius, with the supposed shaking up of things, do you think Finn will finally get the IC Championship sometime this year? According to Meltzer, he is in line for...
Yeah, that's going to be our non-news news on post show
okay.
day.
Well, check out our bonus episode. We're going to talk about it's baseless speculation on Finn Balor.
Monkey D. Luffy. Let's say WWE keeps Dean Ambrose's character inconsistent week to week. How would you radically change him for next week or the week after next week since the Christmas episode is taped?
Oh, a Dean?
Yeah.
How would you change him?
He'll be a New Year's Eve reveler.
Yeah. Oh,
like
that's
he's
good.
dressed. He's dressed to be in Times Square when the ball drops.
Oh, that's good.
But like
That's
his
good.
internal clock's off, so his internal clock's on West Coast time, but he's on the East Coast. So the ball drops, and he's like, "Doesn't feel like the new year to me.
Yeah.
I got
That's
3
good.
more hours to wait."
How about guy obsessed with doing his taxes immediately in the new year?
Okay.
He's
Like he can't even wait for his.
Got to find my 1099.
He can't even wait for his stuff to show up.
Yeah.
He like pre-calculates all that stuff based on pay stubs.
Right, exactly. Oh, I didn't see the TLC star ratings. come out.
AJ Daniel Bryan got 4 3/4,
Oh, wow.
and then
What did Asuka match get?
4.5,
4.5, really?
I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. He called the Styles Bryan match a New Japan style match.
That's true. It was.
Yeah, that's what I think we said that while we were watching it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Mary Kintmas says, with the Wrestling Observer himself, Dave Meltzer, star ratings coming out yesterday. Do you think any matches at TLC got the shaft or got overpraised? Thanks, friendos.
Nothing stood out.
Yeah, it's rare. I mean, usually when I see a star rating, it's like, oh, that's cool. All right, I get it.
Yeah.
I know. Cool. Kind of feels the same way.
It's one man's opinion.
Sometimes I think to myself, no, it should be a bit more. But then I forget about it immediately.
Richard Morris, I think factions are the best. Once Undisputed Era debuts, do you think we should get Finn, AJ, and the club forming a faction to combat Undisputed Era? Also, what do you think about adding Breezango, or at least Tyler Breeze, the New Day? Breeze has great chemistry with him.
Adding who to the what?
Tyler Breeze.
No. New Day has to be those 3 guys. That's it.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Trey Sherman, what are realistic expectations for All Elite Wrestling in 2019? Realistic?
Establishment and running a couple large shows. I think that's the extent of it. I'm not expecting them to actually start a full-fledged, full-time promotion in 2019. It's just getting all in 2 and maybe all in 3. And
I don't know, man. I think
those are my expectations. If they exceed those expectations, that'd be fine. But
I think their expectations should be vastly more than that. Their expectation of 2019 has to be TV deal. Like, how sustainable can you be after, like it's 12 months, you guys still don't have a TV deal?
Yeah.
You gotta capitalize on excitement. So yeah. But what do I know? I just run a podcast.
Same.
Cool. Anyways, I think that's it for the show. Thanks so much for
that's
tuning
good.
in. If you're watching this live, yes, in about
Half an hour,
we're going to be going live with our NXT recap. We're going to be talking extensively about the mispronunciation of Chris Dijak's new name. So that should be very exciting. If that's not a selling point for you, I don't know what it is. I'll be honest with you.
Is he going to be in the thumbnail?
Yeah. And yeah. And like, I'm going to...
We had it backwards. This, then that.
No, man.
I know it's better to do
We
that.
know how it is. Anyways, that's it for the show. Thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, talk to you guys later.
Bye.